All right, let's get the obvious out of the way. I'm an old man now, and I'm 28 now, and 10 years ago, I was on these screens with the camera, super shaky, terrible camera, of course. No technique, no science, no art, just a young guy shooting, aiming at nothing. And that ended up being something quite beautiful.
What's up, beautiful people?
What's up, beautiful people?
What's up, beautiful people? What's up? Good afternoon. What's poppin'? It's your boy J.O.
10 years in, I've had a lot to reflect on, and I kind of wanted to talk about a few things that I think have been meaningful, beautiful, and I think if you were going back in time or if you are beginning today, this is what I'll tell myself if I was 18 again.
You have to defeat me when you reach this level.
If I could sum up a quintessential experience that I found over the last decade, I really think it's this, right? It's this idea that I didn't know where I was going. I had no idea what I was aiming at. I had no idea what really mattered. There was no algorithm. There was no strategy. There was just like a guy with a camera and empty space. And
I've got to talk today, uni, modeling, fitting. Oh, okay. Then I got.
Oftentimes, in a world that feels so competitive today, we often feel like we have to like get everything together. Everything has to be super perfect. We have to like have a plan. But like, to tell you the truth, guys, I didn't have any of those things. I found that the relentless discovery of doing things leads to this magic that forces you to go out there and explore. It created this reality that every day became an adventure because I didn't have a plan. And I'm all for a plan. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a plan. But sometimes the plan gets in the way of true creativity. And I think in every sense of this, you gotta always shoot before you aim, right? Before you learn how to use the gun, that's your camera. Shoot something, pick it up, talk to it. Everything that becomes an art started off as a practice. And a lot of us don't practice the things we want to call art. We look at the people who are artists, the people who have been discovered, the people who have millions of followers, and forget that they were practicing whilst we were watching. They were doing whilst we were thinking. And here we are. There's results. And honestly, shoot before you aim. Because it's when you feel the pushback, it's when you feel that pressure. That's how you learn how to use the gun. That's how you learn what works for you. That's how you learn what isn't your style. And honestly, who cares where you're going as long as you're moving forward? Because along the way, I'm certain that you're gonna find the right direction. Don't ever let anybody. I think this is probably one of the most valuable lessons for me personally. So I started my whole kind of like creative journey in university, 18, big vision, wanted to shoot documentaries. I was an athlete, and I wanted to create these wonderful stories where I share with people who are in the sports world, other people's stories to motivate them. And I never knew how to use a camera, never knew what business was, but I remember coming together with a few friends and we started a platform. And that gentle yes of let's try something new became this. I ended up using that camera and it turned into...
Oh my God, guys, look. Oh my God. Basically, yeah. This is what you do when you don't have a slider.
Learn how to shoot. I ended up starting a career in photography. It ended up being a way that I generated tens of thousands of pounds. And like, it was a really cool experience. I kind of found my way into business because I said yes to a couple things. It was where I shot my first big commercials. I did so many cool things. It took me from photography to production to directing. I've shot with some of the biggest brands in the world. I've told stories of amazing people, all because I said yes. And like, yes is truly the way you learn. And along the way, I'm sure that I got the short end of the stick in many opportunities. But I did learn some lessons that were invaluable. I have scars and memories of things that now create the nuance of my excellence. I'm able to do what I do the way I do it because I learned valuable lessons. See, yes is a way to find out at volume, at mass, what you don't want to do again. And I think an early yes becomes substantially powerful no's. Say yes before you have the experience. Say yes before you have the credentials. Say yes when you don't know how to do it, and learn. Yes is like the best way to learn. And I'm blessed for my yeses. And furthermore, for the yeses that God opened for me. And I think, yeah, that's another one. That's another episode. Nobody tells you this. Your 20s are less about what you're building, but more about who you're building with. I think the most beautiful parts of some of the things I've encountered were the people I built with.
Are you filming?
Yes, I'm filming you.
Do I look at you or the camera?
You can look at either. You can look at me.
I'll try and make one eye go to you.
Yes.
Specifically the last 7 years, I found some of the most beautiful joys through a book club where people from over 15, 16 different countries in the world come together weekly just to pray and to spend time with the Lord, to read books about Christ, just to encounter him in our own way. And I think there's something beautiful about community. It's on a biblical level, it's the way we were designed, like that God spoke to himself in the company of himself. He spoke to himself and he created us instinctively in our being. There is a desire for community instinctively in our person. There is a desire for community that we need. And in my 20s, I realized very, very quickly, people are so important.
Nobody's MC.
When I went to university, this was honestly God's mercy. I ended up going to university where I prioritized the ability to meet people and network with people over the best university and the best title. And I think arguably when I look back at life now, 10 years in, some of the best people doing amazing work, we know each other because we journeyed together from the beginnings. Our beginnings were shared. We trusted each other with our babies, and our babies grew up and they became something substantial. They became conversations we now share, memories we now hold, things that we could do together. And if you're kind of in this phase of building and you think that the best way to do it is to do it alone, yeah, certainly you will go far. But it's nothing much more beautiful than being surrounded by people who love you, who care, who are willing to laugh with you. If there's anything worth building, build your community first. Build it first.
Yo, Tube. Yo, YouTube. Oh my god, my battery's low. Fam, I'm making this video to everyone's watching me. Basically, yeah, I want to say thank you for 25k because yeah, this is a bit awkward, people watching me. Basically, big shout out to everybody that supported me. Like, fam, the love's been crazy ever since I started this thing. Shout out to Manny for being there. You know, he was the first guy I started YouTube with. He was the only guy at the time which didn't make fun of me or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I carried the camera around and everybody used to take the mic, and he was just the only guy. I was like, we just used to vibes, man. We used to do our own thing, man. So for him, that spurred me to actually be confident in what I'm doing. So it means so much. Wow, I'm looking glistening. This is a thank you for Mr. 200 meters. Thank you from Josiah Hyacinth. And yeah, man, many more to come, baby. Come on, we're piping. But yeah, man. Hey, Jesus.